Welcome back to another
edition of
thoughts and
Opinions.
This movie. What's today's movie, bro?
Today we're going to talk about Assassin's Creed 2016.
Okay.
Directed by Justin Kurzel.
Kurzel. Oh, movie called.
Start with the plot.
The story.
Plot. What's going on? What's going on in the movie?
What's going on? Cal, was it?
A little boy.
Yeah. But his
actually it starts off with
Yeah, but the main point is like basically so the little boy grows up like in the beginning he sees his mother dead and the father is like right there looking down at her with a knife, a blade.
So basically his father killed his mother.
Yeah. So it's assumed. And then it
no,
goes.
that's what happened.
Yeah, but like
spoilers.
Yeah. But so 30 years go by. He's in prison for he's in the death sentence.
Yeah.
Because capital murder.
For like whatever whatever reason.
And then he gets ejected by poison. Right? That's his way of death.
Yeah.
But then instead of dying, he gets brought to Abstergo. Which is like a private
place, corporation, would you say?
Yeah, corporation, but it's like, trying to find the apple of Eden, right? And then
it's based on the games, if anyone hasn't played the games.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed series.
So like, it's like the Templars versus the Assassins.
Yeah.
And then it's all for the finding of the apple of Eden.
Yeah. And then
and yeah, a lot of stuff happens.
What else? Like
so basically, they put him in the Animus.
Which is like a how do you say it? Like a fucking virtual
reality sort of thing. It brings you back to your ancestors' time.
Yeah. And you're basically in their shoes, like literally playing, messing around, seeing everything, and then So Cal, the main character, is linked to a great assassin. Who knows where the apple is?
Who was last holding the apple of Eden?
And then they're trying to find it, basically. And Abstergo is part of the Templars, so they're trying to use Cal to locate it, right? And then, so that's why he's there. And for the poison in the blood, they covered it up so he wasn't actually killed. He was like sedated or some shit. Yeah, and everyone thinks that he's dead.
Pretty much. That's pretty much the story. Cast
Michael Fassbender
as Callum Lynch.
Yeah.
Marion, what's her name? Marion Cotillard? I don't know how to say that.
Cotillard or something?
Cotillard.
As Sophia. Jeremy Irons as Rickon, the father.
Alan Rickon.
The father of Sophia.
The CEO of Abstergo.
Yeah. Rickon. And then
Brendan Gleeson. I knew that guy from somewhere. He was in.
He's in some movies.
Yeah, I think he was in the Harry Potter movie.
Yeah. As the father of Cal. So yeah.
Those are pretty much the main characters, I'd say.
Pretty much. Yeah. Wait, how'd you find the story though? How'd you find the movie? Other than the bad CGI.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't even talk about it.
We can't. I don't know. Like they really screwed up that part.
The story was like all over the place in a way.
Yeah.
Like it starts off with ancestors, and like it's like a new character that we don't know because it's not from the games. And it's like a little bit about the past, the ancestor, like he's like doing the oath and stuff to become an assassin.
Yeah.
And then it goes to like his younger age, and then it just like straightforward, like it just goes right into the part where his mom dies. And then like 30 years later, so it's not really much of a slow transition into like going from one phase to another.
Yeah.
So that part, like for any movie like that, I always find those kind of weird. I'm like, it's so much better if you just show it a little by little and all that. Like, so in terms of like story-wise, I think maybe they should have added a bit more history to his past.
To
Callum. In that sense.
Like why he was in prison and stuff.
Yeah, or like what happened during those 30 years. They could have been important to like let up now. Like it's just straightforward into his young age, and then 30 years later, it's like, come on.
But what do you think about his ancestor, Aguilar? Aguilar?
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's no history for him.
Yeah.
He was just an assassin.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot about him.
Yeah.
I can't really.
Do you think it would have been better if he was also in there? Like if there's also history for him?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that too.
I mean,
we don't know a lot about Aguilar as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of connection between him and this other assassin, right?
Another character, yeah.
But you feel no remorse or anything for
nothing.
that, right?
Yeah. The story was literally all over the place.
Yeah, it was hard to follow.
Yeah, hard to follow.
And that goes for the directing.
Did you find the same?
Yeah. I mean, cutting for 30 years, I mean, that's optional, you know? Because, like, they didn't have to show... They only made the father kill the mother for him to feel like the Creed, like, screwed him over. But, I mean, that's not necessary, right? Yeah. They could have showed it another way. They could have just skipped it right to 30 years, right?
Pretty much, that too.
There's so many different ways you could do it. But I'm saying how it was presented was kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
And the director, you want to talk about directing, you know? The CGI.
Okay, the director,
Justin.
What's his name again? Justin Chazelle. I don't really know if he made any other movies or not.
Yeah. I think meet the...
I don't know. I expected more from this film. Like, you know?
Most video games...
Even the actions and all
pretty,
that.
you know, pretty shit. You know, even like Hitman and stuff.
Yeah, no.
They're all bad.
Even the movie wasn't that good.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like the movies.
Yeah.
Based on video games?
One of the games, or actually a few of the games were alright. Some of the Hitman games were really good. And the others were just like, sort of like filler.
But like the movie.
Yeah, no. They shouldn't have even made it in the first place.
Exactly. All movies based on video games do pretty bad. You know? So, yeah. Do you find the directing, like, do you find, when you're watching the screen, right, watching the movie, do you find it easy to follow?
Well, no, not really.
Like from one shot to another, it was so confusing, you know?
Especially the action scenes.
Yeah.
Like
in the beginning.
The way they choreographed that, like, it was like literally all over the place.
It's
like,
a mess.
You're not getting a solid shot of what's actually happening.
It's like
in the action scene.
10 cuts, and it's like, what the hell just happened?
It's like some guy punches some other guy, and it's just like, you don't even get the angle of that shot.
Yeah.
It's like, you see their back or something. It wasn't...
It's so disoriented.
Yeah.
You know? Like, especially at the beginning, where there's the chase.
Yeah, the jumping off the
like,
carts and all that.
What the hell just happened, you know?
No idea.
Like I thought there was only one person chasing. Next thing you know, you see like five
10 people
trying to fight each other. I'm like, what the hell is happening, you know? He's like, what the hell?
I don't know. Maybe the director could have done a better job, but you know, maybe it was just like maybe they could have taken more time of making the movie.
Yeah.
You know, maybe get used to the games more. I don't even
know what
know more of the history of Assassin's Creed itself, and then make a movie.
But
maybe it was made too fast. I don't know.
I mean, for the director, right? I don't know if he made any action movies before. I think he directed another movie with Michael Fassbender.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Want to check?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it was a new movie, but yeah, Macbeth, yeah.
Oh, Macbeth! No, I've never seen that.
I haven't seen it. No. It got pretty bad. Yeah. Well, what do you think about the acting?
Michael Fassbender. Okay, Michael Fassbender is. I think he's a good actor.
Well, based on
what I've seen in X-Men, because that's where I first seen Michael Fassbender.
Before
I didn't watch his like other movies like Prometheus and stuff like that. I heard he did pretty good in those, but In this movie, Assassin's Creed, I think Michael Fassbender, I don't know, maybe he could have put more emotion into it. I didn't see a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Same.
It was just
like all you can see is anger. That's
yeah,
it.
pretty much. Yeah. That's pretty much about Michael Fassbender. In terms of the female lead character,
she didn't play a really good villainous portrayal.
In the beginning, I actually thought she was like helping him, but then later found out she was part of the Templars.
Like she was like on the gray line, you know.
Yeah, she was
white
like
and black.
Like you don't even know what she's like standing for.
What's she doing? Yeah, what is she doing there?
Like,
you know?
who does she support? Why is she even there? Like, you know.
Oh my god, she like probably just tried to abduct guys, hot guys, you know. And she just works there.
Just know about their history and their past.
I know, it's so creepy.
About them. Even their ancestors, like that's a next level creepy. What do you think about Jeremy Irons?
Oh, I like him. For
He's a good actor.
in the other movies, you know. This one, I mean, he was good, but he barely had any. Like he didn't have that big of a role, you know. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But based on whenever he's on screen, he did a good job.
It's always good. He's just one of those characters that like make the movie better because he's already in it.
And what do you think about the last one?
Gleason. He didn't really have much of a role in it. He was just there for like what 5 minutes or something, maybe less.
But do you feel like he served a purpose?
No, not really.
Exactly, right? I was like, you could cut him out, you know?
You don't even need him there.
Like the character development for him is like I think
the movie would have been. It wouldn't have even changed to better or worse if he wasn't even there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Really
it would have cut the movie shorter, right?
And I feel it was better knowing that his dad like was probably taken captive or killed or whatever in the beginning of the movie.
But I mean, like I don't know about you, but I felt like the movie was stretched way too long. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some parts they could have just ended it off.
Yeah.
But
they're like just scenes, just shoved in there because
filler scenes.
Yeah. Just because I mean they could have added like more.
Yeah, I think the part where spoilers where the people that are also held captive in Abstergo when they're trying to escape and stuff like that. That part seemed like it was a bit too long. Like you didn't have to show all of that. Yeah.
I mean, they introduced the character, the white character. I forgot who. I don't think he had a name. Yeah.
The young kid. Yeah.
He didn't even have a name. He's an assassin. He was a white guy, white kid, right? And then he gets introduced, and then midway through he dies. It's like what is the point?
I know, right? Yeah. It's not like anyone really cares if he dies.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not much to it, you know. And then what else? I mean. There's so many ways to improve the movie.
Yeah.
You know? Just like they just screwed it. They're like, fuck it, good enough, yo.
I'm just happy they didn't like mention one of the actual characters from the games, or else. It
they said that they would make it a clean slate, right? So, yeah. And I mean, it's
you never know. Last minute they could have just changed it, and I'm like, oh, we're talking about like.
It's like as an Assassin's Creed fan, you know, it's a huge disappointment.
Yeah.
We could have directed a better movie than that, you know?
Much better. Yeah. Just have the whole movie in Spain itself. You don't even have to have the scenes in Abstergo.
Exactly.
Like, you know how the games do it? Like, there's just so much about where he is exactly.
Exactly.
And very little about Abstergo. Like, whenever it comes to those parts, I just, like, I hate those. So boring.
I mean, but the thing for me is, like, Abstergo, it's like, okay, like, it's okay having
it's like a laboratory.
Yeah.
You see that for 2 minutes, I'm done with it.
Exactly, but I'm saying like for when they're in his ancestor, right? The CGI is so bad, it's so hard to like look and be like, oh, I'm so entertained, you know, like what? And then so that shit that
you can't believe that's real.
Exactly, that part is like what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And then you go back to Abstergo and you're like, what the fuck, right? Because like why are you cutting back to this, right? And I mean, honestly, it's just like,
in that way, the whole movie was just so terrible.
Yeah, I know. I know.
What would you rate it?
I don't know.
Like being generous. Being
generous?
Mm.
5.5. Because I don't know, man. It's really, it's yeah, no words, man.
Yeah. Just speechless on how, like, terrible.
Yeah.
Honestly, expectations were pretty high for it. A lot of people thought it was
gonna be good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. How about you? What do you give? Being generous.
Being generous, I'd give it a 6.
Okay, what about
like,
not generous?
Not generous, I'd give it like a 4.
Oh shit! All right. That's same for me, you know.
You know.
But why would you give it a 4? On what aspects would it like bring it up?
Okay, the storyline I didn't like it. The acting was like a so-so.
Yeah.
The what do you call it? The CGI was just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, together, like a 5. So like 4 being like honest about it. 5 like
But
half.
see, okay, so that's only the bad parts, though. But what parts of the movies do you like that give it a 4? You know.
Just because Michael Fassbender. Yes. Yeah. 4 points just for Fassbender being in it.
Damn, that's so generous, you know.
What are you? What's that? 5.5 for?
Well, it being generous is 5.5.
Yeah. So what would not being generous?
Same as yours.
4.
But for me, I think it's cause they stuck to they used parts of the game, you know, like Abstergo. They didn't change the name for that. They had like the finger getting cut off.
Yeah.
They stuck to that. The hidden blade was still there.
Yeah.
Like they stuck true to the.
Yo, for real, if the hidden blade wasn't there, I wouldn't even watch the movie. I'd be like,
that's
not even Assassin's Creed.
That wouldn't be Assassin's Creed. That'd be like Creed, you know? Yeah. But not the 2005, you know? I mean 2015. You know, Sylvester Stallone and Apollo Creed. I mean, that movie is good. So yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Wraps up everything.
So tell us what you guys thought about Assassin's Creed if you've watched it.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched it, tell us about the game. How do you think about?
Yeah.
How
exactly.
Just how.
Yeah, just how.
Just how.
Why.
Why? Who? What? When? Where? Why?
Exactly.
How.
What would you rate it?
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments.
Which one's your favorite Assassin's Creed game? Actually.
True. That's a
Which
good
one's yours?
question. Okay, I've only played the 3rd one. What was the other one? The one with Shay McCormack or something?
Shay McCormack? What?
It was the one after the 3rd one, I think.
The 4th one?
Yeah, but it's called something. Oh, Rogue.
Oh.
So Rogue. Played the 3rd one, Rogue, Bloodlines, and then a little bit of Syndicate. I'd say Rogue would have to be my favorite.
I played the first one I played is probably my favorite. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And I played Assassin's Creed 2 after Brotherhood.
Oh.
There was such a huge jump, you know, for game improvements. And then I played Revelations after that.
When was the first one you made? Like 2007 or 6 or something?
For what? Oh, the first
Creed 1,
Assassin's Creed. I forget. 2007, I think.
Damn. Made history, huh?
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like our video.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
In the
Subscribe
middle.
for more videos.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Till then.
Till then.
Till then.
Ciao.
Peace out.